doing that, but he is. If you look into anything he's done, and he's generally seems to be a pretty good guy. His record seems to be very clean, but with the Republicans, he is the most Republicans in finding out Hungary as well and America. He has to be the most smeared man on the face of this planet. Like this poor guy. It's just like this is if you want to know, this big poster looks like there's the names of the people. It's like Egypt Monatak Le Hazarat Hatazarat or something like that. I'm not a Hungarian speaker. I'm sorry. And on top, it's like Soros Georgi, and he's like hugging so many people, which is a very strange. This guy's arm around so many people. It's like, hey, how you doing? Something like that. So it says they would tear down our border. They would tear down the border fence together. That's the latest propaganda poster featuring Soros and the leaders of the Hungarian opposition on the streets of Budapest. So, this has been on the streets of Budapest here. So there's a photoshopped image paid for by Orban's ultra-nationalist ruling party, Fidesz, puts wire cutters in the hands of four politicians and accuses them of plotting to tear down the country's border fence erected during the migrant crisis of 2015. So in reality, the opposition have not suggested removing the fence or opening the country's borders to immigrants, and none of the parties are even supported by George Soros. The obsessive focus on Soros, an 87-year-old Hungarian-American Jew described by Orban's government as a puppet master. Sound familiar, by the way? Sound familiar? Someone's been watching too much Alex Jones, and they realized, hey, that could apply. Mostly it's been Orban's government that seems to have been watching and this just seems pretty crazy because for him to do this. The puppet master is what Orban's government is calling Soros, who's secretly plotting to seize control of the country. And it's pretty bizarre, though, that given that the billionaire's Open Society Foundation provides just $3.6 million a year to Hungarian rights groups and independent media, the Prime Minister's office, by contrast, spends an excess of $50 million in public money last year advertising that attacked the philanthropist. So that's just... He's putting $3.6 million a year into Hungarian rights. The Prime Minister's office, by contrast, spent in excess of $50 million in public money last year. Public money on attacking him. So that is wacko. That's like even more wacko than here. So it is literally on his forehead. There's pictures of him that just say dirty rat. Like that's what it is. So sounds pretty chill. The implicit threat invoked by the ruling party's poster of the fence is what voters imagine lurking unseen behind it. The hordes of foreign Muslims Soros is supposedly eager to settle in Hungary, creating what Orban has described as an existential threat to the nation's existence. Our future will be decided in this election, the Prime Minister warned in a television interview this week. Either we will remain a Hungarian country, a country we know and love, in which we feel at home, or others will come here, and a country with a mixed population will come into being, with different cultures, parallel societies, all the related consequences that we can see in Western Europe. Western Europe seems to be fine by me, but I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. So anyway, there is that whole aspect of the Hungarian election. It's not going to be too big for America, but it is an interesting election that just played out this past Sunday. And that'll do it for our show. Very long show today. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.